Play bass with Lakehouse.
Alright everyone, welcome to Play Bass with Lakehouse, where I'm going to try and teach you some of the Lakehouse bass lines from your favourite songs. We're going to start straight away with Food Basics, the track that made us the household name we are across Canada today. Food Basics is a song about, well, it's hard to really put a finger on it. Let's get straight into it, and then after playing it through, we'll do it again and show you all the tricky bits that you might need to spend a little bit more time on. All right, here we go.
You know I'm back at school, and you can't find the nerve to say I'm stuck in the shelves. My life has gotten so mundane. What is time, if nothing at all? Oh, I don't wanna let go. I'm stuck in this free fall. Started out as desperate strangers, and we're itching for a getting closer can be dangerous, and it's safer back inside. I'm just trying not to lose touch. Every inch of me wants to give you another shot. Baby, can't you see that? We're just pushing our luck. I'm just drinking from these cardboard boxes that I've got in the parking lot. We started out as desperate strangers, and reaching for a ride. Getting closer can be dangerous, and it's safer back inside. Food basics. Started out as desperate strangers, and we're reaching for a ride. Getting closer can be dangerous, and it's safer back inside. Food basics. Food basics.
Okay, it's all pretty simple, really. So, some of you probably want to know, how do you get that Lakehouse tone? Good question. So let me walk you through the equipment that you can hear on most Lakehouse records in the bass department. So this here is a 1961 Fender Jazz copy, obviously. It's actually marketed as the Flea bass, but I don't like Flea that much. But it's still a beautiful instrument. So I took off all the Flea stuff, and you can see there, I replaced that with a vintage Fender neck plate there, so that it has just all that authentic Fender stuff going on. Gives you a really fantastic set of growling and swooping effects that you can do with this. It has a lot of character, so I very much recommend one of these. And we put them through a Amplitube Ampeg SVX replicator which is the amp sim that we use in a lot of these records. Has really that good kind of vintage vibe, and we have just purchased an Ampeg in real life, so you're gonna be able to hear that live if live gigs ever come back. Anyway, on to some of the tricky parts of Food Basics. We'll slow it down and see if you can get your fingers around it. I sometimes can. So Food Basics starts with a classical, actually Baroque chord sequence. A to E, F sharp minor, C sharp minor, which is essentially Pachelbel's canon. But a punk version. So the main verse is really just kind of sticking down the roots in the finger on fret to keep it nice and muted. The jazz here will give you a nice effect when you're kind of swooping up and down up to the D. So I recommend you do that rather than play it properly. It gives it a little bit more oomph. Pre-chorus is really the fun bit where it moves to the C sharp minor to D. I recommend you do this one slowly and then speed it up. And when we play it live, it's going probably double the tempo that we're showing you in this demo. If there's one trick I found with this, is when you play the C sharp, slide the whole hand up to the D instead of trying to play the D with the third finger, because you're going to run out of fingers at that speed pretty quickly. But enjoy this. There are some juicy hammer-ons on this part, which I kind of recommend you get stuck into. It's kind of a fairly agricultural way of playing bass, but it kind of gets the job done. So with the chorus, there's really not much to it. You're pretty much just keeping the rhythm strong on the root notes. So just do that. You get back into the main riff at the end of the chorus, which I've left in on this little segment. You find that there's a lot of fun to be had with kind of moving down the A major scale on the second half of that riff, which is kind of part of the fun of the song. Bridge, we're just kind of bashing away, honestly, at the root notes. It's kind of the hardest hitting bit of the song. Jordan wrote this bit, which really gets the crowd going, I find, and has a lot of jumping around potential on stage. So there's not much to do here, but here it is. And final chorus, so same as all the others, but you'll find that there is the little pause here, and there's room for a little kind of fill thing just before the pause, which is kind of nice. So keep an eye out for how the left hand kind of makes that one work, and then kind of deadens it so that the break happens as well as is possible. All right. that's Food Basics. One of the hardest songs when it's played at tempo. I know there's like many thousands of Lakehouse fans are going to want to make requests for which song we do next. So let me know. All right.
Play bass with Lakehouse.